It's Pastor Dan from Dexter Gospel Church with another Proverbs Practical. Today's proverb looks at the power of friendship in our lives. We're in Proverbs 27, verse 17, and it says, "Iron sharpens iron, so a man sharpens the countenance of his friend." Well, that's a pretty well-known proverb, even in the secular world. Of course, most of the time we don't sharpen iron with iron today. We use things like ceramics or whetstone. But you can definitely sharpen iron with a file. And I suspect that the file is deliberately chosen here for this verse because the file is also made of iron, fundamentally of the same substance as the thing that you're using it to sharpen. So our friends, with their similar human natures to us, can sharpen us, make us better and more useful. The word for countenance speaks generally of the face or of facing someone, but it's a very broad word, and it can deal with anything that presents itself or is noticeable about a person. So the conclusion is that our friends affect our nature, and that effect is noticeable to anybody who sees us and deals with us. For that sharpening to be beneficial, though, I think it's best if it's deliberate. If you don't use a file correctly, if you just kind of slap it around the blade that you're trying to sharpen, you're going to damage the blade rather than sharpening it. Regardless of whether our friends are good or bad, used carelessly or used well, they will influence us. And they will probably influence us to become more like them, and will probably influence them to become more like us. That makes this proverb, if you'll pardon the melding of the metaphors, into a two-edged sword. On the one edge, we should deliberately be the kind of friends that make people better. The goal in our friendships shouldn't just be to use other people to help us or to get what we want, but rather to help them, to improve them. We speak of this in the wrestling room often, being a good training partner, because it's much easier to improve if the people we're training with, even the people we're training against, are also trying their best to help us to improve as they improve. Now, if our friendship isn't helping someone, if we look at it just with cold-blooded analysis and say, I don't think I'm really good for this person, that doesn't necessarily mean to just cut yourself off from everyone and go mope alone. That doesn't help anybody either. But it might be time to consider the nature of that relationship, the kind of interactions you have, and ask what you can do actively to strengthen, encourage, inform, enable, in short, to help your friends be better, to be sharpened. Well, the other edge of the blade, of course, is that we have to be deliberate about our friendships in order to shape our own character and behavior. In the book Atomic Habits, James Clear makes the suggestion that if you want to change your behavior, you should join a culture where, and I'm quoting here, your desired behavior is the normal behavior. He pointed to a study that tracked 12,000 people for 32 years and found that, again I'm quoting, a person's chances of becoming obese increased by 57% if he or she had a friend who became obese. Another study showed that if one person in a relationship lost weight, about a third of the time their partner lost weight too. Yet another study noted that the higher your best friend's IQ at age 11 or 12, again quoting, the higher your IQ would be at age 15, even after controlling for natural levels of intelligence. It shouldn't be any big surprise, but we become more like the people we hang around with and associate with the most, especially the people that we choose as our friends. Not only do we need accountability sometimes, there's times we just need to be part of a certain kind of flock in which the right behaviors are the normal behaviors. This is one great benefit of being part of a good church, that the people you're with aren't perfect, but at least they're trying to develop the same kind of Christ-like behaviors. Even a brave man like Daniel had his 3 friends who would go into a fiery furnace. Jesus had 12 disciples, not that he needed them himself to do what was right, but he was showing them how to do friendship right. And he sent his disciples out 2 by 2. Paul had Timothy and Silas, and so on. Not only do we not live the Christian life alone, every aspect of our lives is influenced by the normal behaviors we put around us, by the things that we choose and accept from our friends. I hope this video is a help to you. If so, give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more content like it. Until next time, I hope you stay well, and both have and be good friends.